Yo, welcome to today's video where I'm gonna talk about my 5 top tips to remain in a calorie deficit and lose weight. Now the key term to remember here is calorie deficit. So just remember during all these tips that they will only help you if you are in a calorie deficit, because if you aren't consuming less calories than you are burning, then you will not lose weight. But anyways, it is time for tip number 1. Alright, so my first tip on how to remain in a calorie deficit and lose weight is to consume voluminous foods. And these are basically foods that you can consume a lot of and not rack up too many calories. So these include foods like mushrooms, peppers, onions, some fruit, baby potato, sweet potato, and I'll actually put a full list of these foods on screen at the end of this video. But for example, 100 grams of mushrooms contains something like 16 calories, and 100 grams of frozen oven chips contains like 170 calories. So when you're in a calorie deficit and trying to lose weight, you need to make these smart choices in terms of food, because one of the main issues when it comes to losing weight is hunger. So if you include these voluminous foods in all of your meals, you will feel more full of less calories, and the struggle of being in a calorie deficit will become less intense. Okay, so my second top tip to lose weight is to fast for a period of the day. Now let me get something straight before I go on. You do not need to fast for a period of the day to lose weight, and just say you lose weight on 2,000 calories per day. You can consume them 2,000 calories whatever way you like and it won't make a difference. But I just find fasting very useful. So let me use an example to explain this a little better. So just say you typically start eating at 8 AM and you typically have your last meal at 8 PM. So you usually eat for 12 hours of the day. Let's just say you want to lose weight, so you have to create a calorie deficit. A very useful and easy way to do this is to basically just skip a meal, i.e. fast. So instead of starting to eat at 8 AM, you could skip that meal and start to eat at 11 AM and just eat normally for the rest of the day, because you've created your calorie deficit by skipping your first meal of the day. I would just much rather do it this way, because I'd rather kind of struggle for the first like 3 or 4 hours of the day, be kind of hungry, but when I get through that period I can just eat normally for the rest of the day and have bigger meals that make me nice and full, and I'm not constantly thinking about food because I'm not constantly hungry throughout the day. Okay, so tip number 3 is do not drink your calories. So one of the main challenges to overcome when you are trying to lose weight is hunger. So it is important that with the calories you have, to make yourself as full as possible, and drinking your calories unfortunately does not make you that full. So for example, a bottle of Coke is nearly 300 calories, and so is like 350 or 400 grams of potatoes, and I assure you, you would be a lot more full of 350 or 400 grams of potatoes than a 500ml bottle of Coke. So if you're a big fizzy drink drinker or a big soda drinker, swap to the 0 calorie option if you haven't already, and don't worry about getting cancer or whatever else they say about these 0 calorie drinks. Make the swap and it will save you loads of calories. And even in terms of protein, 150 or 200 calories worth of chicken or turkey or tuna or whatever is a lot more filling than 150 or 200 calories worth of a protein shake. So where possible, make sure you eat your calories and don't drink them. Right, tip number 4. Stay active and stay busy. And I'm saying this for 2 reasons. So reason number 1, when you are active and when you are busy and when you are doing stuff, you are not thinking about food. So personally, I find that when I'm bored and when I'm sitting at home doing nothing, my mind is just constantly thinking about when my next meal will be, what's in the fridge, what's in the press, etc. But when I'm out and about, when I'm busy doing work, when I'm in the gym, I'm not thinking about food. So for this reason, make sure you remain active and stay busy throughout your day. I'm also saying this because if you're more active and more busy throughout the day, you're going to burn more calories. So let's just say instead of sitting on the TV, sitting on the couch watching TV, you go for a walk in the park with your dog. Or instead of playing PlayStation, you go to the shopping center and have a little browse. Doing these things, you're going to burn more calories. And as you know, to lose weight, you need to burn more calories than you consume. So this will actually help with your weight loss goal. So yeah, tip number 4, stay active and stay busy. Okay, so my 5th and final tip is to schedule regular refeeds. So when I was pretty young, I remember I was trying to lose weight. And I did this with a bit of a bro mindset. So I cut out all chocolate, all crisps, etc. out of my diet. And I think the maximum amount of time that this lasted was like 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks or so, or usually it was 1 week, I would be sitting in my house on a Saturday night. There would be loads of Doritos downstairs and loads of chocolate in the fridge. And I just crack, eat the Doritos, eat the chocolate, lose all the progress I'd made that week, and then I'd have to start again. So this was just a continuous cycle and it was really hindering my progress. So instead of being so strict on yourself, which will probably lead to binge eating and a loss of progress, I recommend choosing maybe 1 day a week to increase your calories to maintenance. So this will be easy for people that track calories. So just say your maintenance is 2,500 and you're consuming 2,000 calories Monday to Friday. Increase your calories to 2,500 on Saturday and then back to normal on Sunday. So yeah, pretty straightforward for people that track. But for people that don't track, this might be a little bit of a challenge to get right without hindering your progress. But maybe I recommend on a Saturday night, instead of having your standard chicken and veg dish, have a thin-based pizza or have a couple of glasses of wine, have a chocolate bar, have some sweets, and basically just increase your calories without going overboard. These refeeds can have a number of mental and physical benefits. So mentally, it can obviously give you a bit of a break from dieting because we all know it can be exhausting. And physically, it might give you a bit of extra energy to kind of do your work or to perform in the gym and stuff like that. So I definitely recommend them. But remember, do not go overboard. Make sure your refeed is calculated. Alright, so there are my top 5 tips on how to remain in a calorie deficit and lose weight. Make sure you give the video a big thumbs up if you found it useful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And my next video will actually be top 5 tips on something else. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And I will see you then. Good luck.